May I say something? Years ago, the word privilege, especially white privilege, blew up as a buzzword, and a lot of people, especially white people, got defensive saying, "Where's all this privilege I'm supposed to have? I don't see it." But here's the thing, most of us don't recognize our privileges because they don't feel like privileges. They just feel like normal life. I had this conversation with a black friend. He once asked me, "What do you do with the receipts after you check out?" And I was like, honestly, sometimes I don't even think about it. Sometimes I just trash it right there. Sometimes I crumple it up. I don't know. And he said, "Yeah, I hold on to that receipt for dear life until I'm out of the parking lot." And then I realized that's a privilege I never knew I had, because for me, the only anxiety I really have about shopping is when I'm walking out the store, I think, oh, what's going to happen if the alarm goes off? For him, the anxiety is, what if someone assumes I stole something? Same store, same checkout, two totally different realities and experiences. Here's another one. I've left my car doors unlocked overnight way too many times. On more than several occasions, I actually even left my car keys in the car overnight and nothing happened. That's a luxury, a privilege not everyone has. And honestly, I probably need to get my stuff and my keys together before I learn the lesson of not locking my car doors overnight the hard way. Even in church, I could preach the worst sermon of my life and someone will say, "Thank you," or "That was interesting," or "That was a thinker." But my female colleagues, they could preach the best sermon you've ever heard and the feedback is, "Your hair's so cute. Oh my goodness, your shoes are fabulous. Don't you look pretty today?" Privilege doesn't always look like benefits or money in the bank. It's stuff you don't have to think about, the assumptions that bend in your favor. So maybe instead of being offended or defensive, we start by listening. Because if we did, we could reshape our communities by asking the harder question, where does life bend for me in ways it doesn't for others? And then doing the work of extending that privilege to those who don't have it. That is how we bring about healing and transformation, not only in our lives, but in our community.